Good morning, how are you?
Morning. I hope everyone slept. The future of Ukraine is in NATO, and I think we need to start now working on concrete steps, what we can do as NATO to assist Ukraine in actually being prepared to join NATO, because it's one thing to say Ukraine should be in NATO, but in order for that eventually to come to fruition, certain steps need to be taken. So there is maybe issues in legislation, certainly issues in the military, operational procedures, equipment, methods of doing things. And I think here as NATO we have a lot to do. We, the three Baltic countries, we won't be attending as ministers the meeting coming up tomorrow and Friday. I understand the Ukrainians will not be there. Maybe some other countries won't be there as well. And I think it's worth all of us asking, how can such an organization actually function and what should be its roles? Now, I know there people will say, well, you know, we all live in Europe and that won't change, and that much is true. But then the question is, what is the purpose of the organization? And is it right not only that a country can have a veto, but it just so happens that the aggressor country is having a veto and, in a sense, trying to hijack the agenda of the OSCE. I think that is simply wrong, and so the three of us, Baltic neighbours, are abstaining from attending this time.
Good morning.
Good morning. 2 weeks ago I was in Ukraine saying we needed to do everything that we could to help the Ukrainians repel this appalling aggression by Putin. And I'll be building consensus for that view here at NATO today. When you look at the big picture, what's happened recently is the Ukrainians have pushed the Russian Navy right back across the Black Sea. They've opened a shipping lane to get their exports out. Their economy is growing. And of course, they're knocking on the door of both NATO and the EU and getting a very warm response. These are huge achievements, and our job today is to build on those achievements and work out what other concrete steps we can take to help the Ukrainians in their struggle and to show that Russian aggression must never pay. Thanks.
You had a meeting
yesterday. You met your Greek counterpart.
Sweden's membership in NATO is very important for the organization. That has been reiterated by many over these past 17 months that has passed since we were let in as an invitee to NATO. So we look forward to see the ratification finalized. Yesterday I had a bilateral with my colleague, the Foreign Minister of Turkey, Hakan Fidan, where he told me that he expected the ratification to take place within weeks. And of course we don't take anything for granted from the side of Sweden, but we look forward to this being completed. And no new conditions were put forward in this conversation. There were no new demands from the Turkish government. So we look as our part being fulfilled, and this now being up to the parliaments of Turkey and Hungary to complete the ratification.